Welcome to our life. Today we're going to get some tips on how to live a healthy life, mind, body, and soul. So when we return, I will have some experts sitting down with me from Bio Bootcamp, and we're going to start to remove the mask on how to live a healthy life. So we'll be right back.
Do you have less than perfect credit? Are you getting denied for loans and credit cards? Well, contact us today for your free consultation and learn the secrets of financial freedom. We can help with late payments, collections, judgments, bankruptcies, will, trust, and more. We get results. Let us help you. For more information, contact Nikki Ferguson at 281-788-9462.
$100 on chicken nuggets?
$100 on chicken nuggets. Really?
How'd you get in my house?
I'm with Wisdom Tax.
Wisdom Tax, so you can help me with all of this.
Most definitely. Looks like you need help in bookkeeping.
So what about maximizing my refund?
We can only maximize your refund if you get organized. Here at Wisdom Tax and Financial, we teach you how to be free. Free.
Free? Awesome. So I can be free of these receipts.
Most definitely. Please give us a call.
Thank you. Can you free yourself out of my house, please?
Only if you promise to give us a call.
I'll give you a call. So I can be free.
Wisdom Tax. Learn to be free.
And we're back now. We're going to kick off this show, and we're talking about health and wellness for mind, body, and soul. And I have my first phenomenal guest, the none other, my headache.
Is that the case? I'm like, is that the case?
Mr. Nolan Davis.
Man,
you haven't been here. You posted something. You haven't been here in 2 years?
In 2 years. It has been.
And when
it's
you
been
came,
crazy.
you was sitting at a whole table. You expected a table today, didn't you?
I didn't know what to expect
wasn't
because
gonna
I
be
know
that table.
you have an evolution. You start somewhere and then you're always making it better. So
Yeah, because we didn't even have you. Did you see my girls behind you?
I did not. Boom.
Yeah, they travel sometimes too.
Okay. All right.
They travel sometimes.
Well, this set is phenomenal, and what you're doing with your show is phenomenal as well.
Well, thank you.
And so
very much.
I'm very pleased to be here.
You are a motivational speaker, author. You have Up Social Live. You're a Guinness World Record holder.
Yes, ma'am.
What you do not, you one of those people in Louisiana we call jack of all trades.
Okay. All right.
Jack of all trades. And now we're here talking about you're big on health and wellness because that's very important. What inspires you?
You know what inspires me is becoming legendary, right? Helping people get to their like potential, right? And so health and wellness has a big to do with that. When you feel good, when you look good, when you perform better, you can now start really figuring out what is your superpower. And so I do that from a collaborative standpoint. As you know, anything that I do, I never do by myself, right? Even when we did Guinness World Record, that whole feat, I interviewed 173 businesses that was part of Up Social Network. So everything I do is all about bringing everybody together and creating big feats that people will say, oh, wow, you guys did that. And so that's really what kind of inspires me. So I'm always thinking, what can I do that everybody can say, man, I was a part of that, and then attract other people to what we're doing.
Where did you get the idea of Bio Bootcamp?
So
Where did that come from?
I have all of these guys and girls that do these things to help you stay healthy, stay fit, right? In the age that we are now, anybody that's over the age of 30,
Watch it.
Right, that's why I said anybody over the age of 30, right? So the age that we are right now, and the people that are over the age of 30, our lives doesn't have to be confined to just the regular, aging process, right? And so I knew all of these people, and I said, I got different tidbits from so many people that I just kind of ran with, right? That I'm collaborating with. And so we started the book. So the book was the first part of what we were doing. And so I said, let's put a book together. So I got the top surgeon of Bay Area Regional Medical Center, got bodybuilders.
That's my next question. So break down, to where you've already started, break down the different parts of Bio Boot Camp.
Okay, all right. So Dr. David Fairweather, top surgeon of Bay Area Regional at the time, now top surgeon of St. Jude's Hospital. He actually was on our Guinness World Record situation, but he has a 20,000 square foot facility that he helps people lose weight. He does all of these different things, and so he would always give me tidbits. Then I got a very good friend of mine that you're going to meet. You're going to meet all these people.
Because you have them here with me. See, Nolan Davis, let y'all know, he's like one of my other sponsors, because you are a lifetime sponsor of the show, and he's like one of my other sponsors. When they come, they don't come by themselves.
Right.
They bring a whole gang of people
Right.
that do a whole lot of stuff that will amaze you. So you are like my other sponsor, Miss Pam Jones of River and Word.
Pam Jones, big shout out to Pam.
So you will bring a whole lot of people, and you have some phenomenal people that's here today. So I'm gonna let you continue to break down.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Reggie Rusk stays in my area. He actually trained my son, and heart as big as anybody that you would know, because he has a nonprofit organization, and he's helping kids get to that next level. Then I have David Lovelace. Now Lovelace has a heart of gold as well, and he's a bodybuilder. He's about to get his PhD in nutrition. He's a trainer. He does a lot of different things, and so he breaks it down very simply. And and when you see him, you'll be like, I just want a couple of those muscles. Like, I don't want all of that.
Well, I saw him. I don't want any of them.
Right. I'm just saying this, but as a man, you would say, I just need a little something, right? And so and his heart is totally in it, right? And then, there's a couple of other people in the book that couldn't be here today, but those are the main people that when we started the book, then I said, what if we did some live summits to really get people engaged? We made it to a best-selling authors in multiple categories, right? So I saw that the need was there. So then I came up with the live summits, with me having a video production
So that was
company.
my next question for you.
Okay.
You went over your questions.
No, I actually I did not. I like to be kind of caught off guard.
You catching me off guard, because I hadn't even moved. See what goes on when you get your slots up in here. What's next for you? That's what was my next question.
What's next for me is not the summit. We're doing the world tour right now. Our next summit is going to be September 25th.
Okay.
Right? And so we started doing the summits, but we're doing them by city.
Okay.
So everybody that's going to be talking about health, wellness, beauty, fitness, medical is going to be by city. So the people that are watching can go to that city and walk in and get those services or get more familiar with those people, right? And so what's coming next, though, is Step Up Radio.
Okay.
That's the big play that's coming up next. So all of our podcasts, we're already on Spotify as far as Bio Bootcamp. Everywhere where there's podcasts. We're already on TV on Roku and Apple, to where we're making each one of those a show. But more importantly, we're doing Step Up Radio that's going to have Bio Bootcamp to be a part of it, but we have about 30 other shows that's coming as well. So anything you want to know, if it's health, business, if it's romance, fashion,
You got it all.
We have it all right there.
So let's talk, before we end your segment, let's talk about the magazine.
So the magazine Bio Bootcamp comes out every quarter, And actually, I
that.
think Lovelace is featured in this one.
I think I need to be featured in that too. I don't know what I would, mental health.
Right, right. So Lovelace
Yeah.
is featured in this one. And so we have, this coming out every 3 months.
Okay.
And it gets mailed directly to your door.
Okay.
So for people that, you can go to bio-bootcamp.com, see any of the media that we have there, and sign up to get, it's recipes in here, fitness tips, some of everything in this magazine.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So
give it here, because
that
I don't
is
want you to take
yours.
it back. This is
that is yours.
Okay, so I'm gonna submit my bio so I can be featured in this, and I'm gonna
Okay.
be featured. Let me hide this back here.
Oh, I brought that especially for you.
Yeah,
so
well,
don't
you
have-
might change your mind and want to take it, so I don't know. I don't know. So, what are some words of encouragement you have for someone that's scared to move on their goals? Because you talk a lot about unleashing someone's potential.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people, especially today in the way media is, people want to be seen. And they don't know what it takes to tap into that potential, or they really don't know what their purpose is. What would you tell and scared?
Right.
Because they listen to somebody that say they can't do something.
Right.
And I know for a fact I was told I could not do what I do, and I've been doing it 11 years.
Right.
So what would you say? Some
Well,
words of encouragement.
Words of encouragement is, first and foremost, you are you, right? So the people that are saying that you can't do something is saying what they can't do, and your superpower can be totally different. The other part to it is just the mindset of Bio Bootcamp is really finding the biohacks, those little tweaks that can give you big gains, that if you make it a habit and be consistent with it, right? So a lot of times people want to go from not working out at all to working out 2 hours a day. Let's not do that, right? Let's incrementally get those gains to slowly but surely get you to success.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds very good. So thank you for being here with us today. And I'm looking forward, as we continue with this, to talk to more of the other guests that are here today. So we'll be right back.
The Adolph Group at Equity House Properties. We provide residential, commercial leasing apartment locating. We provide consulting on home buying, home selling, and credit restoration. We help with private investments through All Faith Investment Corporation. Contact us now, the Adolph Group at Equity House Properties. We make real estate your reality.
Weather, and now I have with me another one of the authors from Bio Bootcamp, Miss Carolyn Robinson. Thank you so much for being here with me today.
It's my pleasure to be here.
You are author. Mental health is one of your specialties. Speaker. You're a speaker on being transparent, and you are the CEO of Unveiling Transparency Life.
Well, it's actually Unveiled Transparency.
Okay. And you are a life coach. So definitely, I was excited about the conversation with you because I'm big on mental health.
Good.
For sure.
I'm a master transparency life coach.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
All right, let's see what you're going to tell me. In 2021, what is one of the things we need to start doing to unmask?
The first thing is actually to be transparent.
And I don't think a lot of people know how to do that. They say they're transparent, and I see a lot of people that start shows, because I always talk about removing the mask and stuff, and I'm a very transparent person. When I say you could ask me anything, you could ask me anything. You might not expect the answer you're going to get, but you can ask me anything. But a lot of people say that they're their same way, and they're really not. They're really, really, really not. Part two of that I have for you is why is it so hard for people to accept change and live their truth?
I think, well, I'm going to actually speak for experience, and I'm going to actually talk about myself and not a client. People are not able to become transparent because they're afraid of the truth actually coming out. They're ashamed of it. They're embarrassed because it's family members that do not know what has happened and what have occurred. So it's embarrassment in knowing what occurred.
And see, I'm like this, and tell me if I'm wrong. I think negative a lot, but that's my way of being able to deal with whatever I come up against. So me thinking negative is my way of putting up whatever wall or whatever to block it and be able to deal with it better. So I'd rather tell you what the deal is, and this is what it is, and let the chips fall where they may. And not be embarrassed about it. I'm just going to tell you, and we get past it and move on to however we're going to do. And that's me.
No, they actually need to. They actually need to fall, and that's that is being transparent is one of the big keys of actually healing. I have a saying that I say, transparency is the new healing. We have so many people that are broken. They're really, really broken. They can't get into the next relationship. They can't, survive in a marriage. Friendship, they can't deal with that because they're not honest. They haven't healed from the hurt that they dealt with, and they're bringing that baggage that they have from one relationship to the next relationship.
And that's not a good thing at all. What inspired you to be an advocate for mental health and then take part in this book? Because like I said in the green room, I think when it comes to fitness, health and fitness, it has to start mentally. Because if you can't change your mindset, you're not going to have the mindset to exercise and do what you need to do to lose weight or whatever you're trying to do.
Well, in the book, my first book, Unmasked Miracle, I actually have to be honest about what happened to me as a child. My mother was a schizophrenic. She had seizures. I was basically beaten as a child. And that hurt me. So me being beaten and being able to share my experience and what happened with me, I was able to create the story, Unmasked Miracle, which is, my true story. And then from there, Unveiled Transparency came about, which, I have 2 volumes and I have 11 more to go. So it started with that, being able to say in front of my family, because, we tend to hide and cover up what happened behind closed doors.
Yeah, we do.
So I just wanted to actually, come clean with the abuse, being beaten by the extension cords and being stripped naked and, having to lay in front of my nephews. I'm the only female, and lay down and just have blood drawn and just being like, feeling the hot, the blood, actually like roll down, what I'm saying, my skin. So a lot of people need to hear that. And I actually wanted to break, suicidal, break generational suicides.
Yeah, because that is a big thing in this day and time. Mental. I think with COVID just made mental health really come to the forefront. And you get to see how people you see on a daily basis that dress up in suits and nice clothes, but they really are having some mental health issues.
They're broken.
Yeah, that never wanted to deal with it, but COVID kind of made certain people deal with certain things. What tips we can use to start the process of unveiling our true selves?
One is stop hiding.
Stop worrying about what people are going to think.
Don't worry about what people are going to think. Don't worry about what people are going to say, especially family members. Family members are like the biggest, was my biggest problem. You know, they're like, because they were ashamed, they knew what was going on, but they just felt like, because my mother is deceased now, and they're like, oh, you know, your mother's dead now, so you're just trying to, you know what I'm saying, just get publicity. But it's not that. It's healing for me.
Yeah.
So, yes.
One day, well, it doesn't matter if they don't understand that or not, because that is true healing for you. And in the process of you telling your story, you're helping somebody else.
And it actually helped me not to be bitter. People that, you know, that are not transparent, they're bitter.
Yeah, because people would ask me, how did I have a problem with my mother being the way she was? No. When she came back home and she was fine, we went on with our regular lives. She was still my mom, and I knew she was ill. Bottom line. So I didn't look at her no other way or try to hide the things she went through when I was younger. What are some words of encouragement you would like to leave us with, especially when it comes to suicide, mental health, and all that kind of stuff?
You know, just become more transparent. Don't hide the issues that you're dealing with. You know, just be transparent.
Don't worry about what people say.
Don't worry about what people say. Go to a friend or somebody you don't know. Counseling is really, really good. You know, go and see a counselor, even though we don't believe in doing that. But I think that that's important. Counseling is very important. I had to go through counseling because I actually saw myself being my mother. So I actually wanted to break the generational curses that my mother had. I didn't want to be like that.
Exactly. And I went to counseling 2 years ago when I saw myself going into a deep depression that I couldn't get out of. So, and then I've done the suicide thing. I've done all that.
14 times.
So, yeah.
For me.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
But I know that I'm here because I need to actually help the other people that are actually behind me.
And you have a purpose.
Yes.
Yeah. Your purpose is what you're doing. I love it. I love it. I love it. God, thank you.
You're welcome.
I have to get you back so we can just talk mental health all day long, because I can talk that all day long.
Let's do it.
So, guys, we will be back. We are not finished because, like I told you, when Mr. Nolan Davis comes to our life, Mr. Nolan Davis is coming, and he's coming with some people. So just wait, because we will be back with Mr. David Lovelace. So y'all don't get too excited. We're going to get back with Mr. David Lovelace. And he's going to explain to us about health and fitness and the importance of working out. So we'll be right back.
Wisdom tax. Maybe I should give him a call. Oh, how did you get in my house again?
Now, you know I told you I'm with Wisdom Tax.
Well, I'm glad you showed up because I think I'm ready to get started.
Great. Look, I just need you to do one simple step. Visit our website online, www.wisdomtax.org. All right, fill out the application, and we'll get back to you, maybe even in the next 10 minutes.
Awesome. I'm about to be free. Look, this is amazing. So what? Hello?
Call us at Wisdom Tax, where you learn to be free.
We are back now, and I have Mr. David Lovelace. I love that last name.
Thank you.
You can use that last name for a little bit of anything, but we're not gonna get into that. 20 years experience in fitness, nutrition industry. You're a personal trainer. I'm gonna spell these out. NASM nutritionist.
National Academy of Sports Medicine.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You are a fitness guru. I'm gonna call you.
Well, thank you very much.
You are a fitness guru.
I'm striving for that. Not there yet, but that is the road that I'm on.
Yeah.
God willing.
And you are on that road because 20 years to just be disciplined, that takes a lot.
It's part of my life now, and it's my passion. There have been times I've fought it, and I always come right back to it. It's what I know. It's what I'm really good at, and it's how I gravitate to people. You know, health is wealth. So to me, health is priceless. So health is wealth. So I encourage people to use that as the base of anything that they're trying to do, because it will reflect on how successful they'll be. I always like to say, give an example of, I would prefer to have $10,000 in a bank account wearing a shirt from Walmart with my health intact versus $10 million in the bank wearing a Versace shirt with horrible health. Exactly.
Your health is crappy. What is the best way to keep a positive mindset when working out? Because I think when people work out, and I have friends that work out but they somehow lose interest or lose that positive mindset because they don't see the change that they think is supposed to happen overnight, which it doesn't.
Well, the best thing that they can do is find something that they enjoy out of some type of physical activity, because everybody's different. You have some people that play basketball, some people play soccer. You'll even have some people that just like to play pool. Anything that can help alleviate stress, that's the number one thing, because stress is the biggest silent killer. So something to help them get in that right mindset is to encourage them to do something positive, but some type of activity that promotes that positivity. Even bowling, so.
I used to be able to do that. I used to love to bowl. My auntie taught me how to bowl, but once I had surgeries on both of my hands, because I tore ligaments, I haven't tried to bowl again.
Okay.
I know my doctor said I could, and I could pretty much do anything with them, and it wasn't affected. But I haven't tried bowling again. But I used to definitely like to bowl. What would be the first thing you would say to a male or female that wants to lose weight?
First thing I would ask them is, how do you want to look?
Because you sure you want to ask them that?
Well, what's the goal? What's the goal in mind on what they're trying to accomplish? Because if anyone, let's be real about this. You ask any guy, the number one thing that he wants to have are abs. Exactly. So most of the time, that is the number one question I get asked is, how you get the six pack? How you get the six pack? So the first thing I always say, okay, you want the six pack, but how do you visualize yourself with that six pack? I mean, do you just have the six pack with some flabby arms, or you got the six pack with some nice arms, big chest, and so on and so on? I'm very real when it comes to people.
So wait 1 second, because that goes along with my next question. Is it a good thing for a person to do their own self-review of their body before joining a program? Because the reason why I say, what would you tell a male or female first, is because most people, when they call themselves want to work out, they have an impression of a Kim Kardashian or give me a male that we can use in their head, and they want to look like them. You're not gonna look like them.
Brad Pitt from Fight Club.
Yeah, you're not gonna look like them. You have to be realistic.
Yes, give them realistic goals, but you also have to give them some type of appealing goal. The mind runs everything. So when you have that mental fixture on that goal, That's step one. And then you give them the visual and they need to strive for it. They may not reach it, but at least they're going to keep working at something to get there. Because a lot of times when people reach their goal, you know what they do? They go right back to doing, they're like, okay, I reached my goal, I'm good, and then they go right back to the old lifestyle. So sometimes what works for people is giving them something that's attainable but not 100% attainable so that they can keep going. There's something that I heard Matthew McConaughey said, and someone asked him, was like, what is the type of person you want to be? And he was like, well, you mean my hero? Yeah, it's like, yeah, who's your hero? It's like, well, my hero is me 10 years from now. And a person he's told that to him asked him 10 years later, it's like, okay, are you that person? It's like, nope, I'm still my hero 10 years from now. You know, so it was, at first I didn't catch what he was saying, but then I realized, I was like, you know what, he's still putting that goal that's not reachable, but in a sense it is kind of reachable, so it keeps him working. And there's a lot of gratification in hard work. And if someone is being taught the right way to do these things to achieve that hard work and they get the results, it is so rewarding. But another thing that happens sometimes too is the failure to succeed. You know, we already, you know, shut ourselves down thinking, I'm not going to do this. I got a beautiful life. I'm not going to do this to mess things up and go right back to their own lifestyle. So it's, in a way, it's also still a give and take. So that's where I come in to help motivate them and encourage them to see the big picture, to see the end game of that goal and keep striving for it.
Because when I was taking the yoga classes I was telling you about, I did see a difference in my sleeping. I did see a difference in some of the aches and pains that I had in my body. So I was like, okay, maybe I can do this versus the stuff you do.
Well, I recommend yoga to all my clients because one of the things that I mentioned is stress. It's one of the great things to help alleviate stress. I remember about 3 years ago, it was right after the Super Bowl, and a doctor came on and she was saying, you know, 80% of all New Year's resolutioners fall off February 1st.
If not January 2nd.
Because, well, because they come up with these unrealistic goals. And it's not necessarily an unrealistic goal that, oh, I want to lose 30 pounds in a month. It's unrealistic that it doesn't coincide with your schedule. So they were like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week. I'm going to do this, do that. And then they try for 2 weeks, even stretch it to February 1st, and it doesn't go according to plan, and then they give up on it. You know, again, one of the strategies I use is a baby step technique, where you tackle one obstacle at a time to see results. It's not going to happen overnight. They say it takes 21 days to make or break a habit, so I take a little bit forward. Let's say a month. I'll give you a month to help change that habit. So you got to look at it from the time that you've started to, say, 3 months down the line. In 3 months, you've tackled 2, maybe 3 habits that you've gotten better at, versus those 3 months going by and you're still stuck in the same place. And it is very, very attainable if you just baby step through it, simplify it. The more you simplify things, the more people are enticed to want to do it. Whenever you make it more of a task, now they're like, oh man, this is extra work, I don't want to do this. And then they give up on it. So that's what I do.
So you've given us a little tips right here, but give us a few more tips before we close out your segment. Tips or exercises we can use on a daily basis when you can't go to the gym, because most men they took the initiative and they turned their front yard or the garage into gyms. When we were hit with COVID, you couldn't go to a gym no more. But then you have older people that can't get out and go to the gym. That still need to exercise. What are some tips or exercises? And I'm definitely gonna have to bring you back and put on my workout clothes. And we're gonna exercise. We're gonna do some exercises. But give us some tips on some exercises you can do on a daily basis.
Well, first, before answering that question fully, you have to understand the person's situation and their mobility and how active they have been in the past. So everyone has their own level of fitness. So what I would recommend is them doing things around the house that they wouldn't normally do. For example, something as simple as sitting down and getting up can be an exercise for someone. So I would say, and make sure you have some type of support where you're holding onto a table, holding onto a counter, or holding onto a chair, and they're just sitting down and getting up. That's one thing. And then they can take it a step forward, a step further, and do a stationary lunge. So now they have one foot in front of the other to where it's almost like a single-legged squat. They still have something to support them, and they're just going down and up. And anywhere from 10 to 15 reps is a good amount of weight if that's something that they're not used to. So the first thing I always try to understand is their physical level. So I do an assessment. If they're more on a higher fitness level, then I say, okay, now you want to do some planks, or do a plank with one leg extended up. So now everyone knows what a plank is. You're in the plank position, and now you have one leg up, and then you switch to the other side. So again, understanding what these people are capable of is first, and then I would recommend these tips. So the basic things are, just stationary squats, stationary lunges, planks, a sit-up that just requires a small movement, because it doesn't take much. You can actually stand up and flex and squeeze your abs. So it doesn't take much for you to do a crunch, where these people are grabbing their heads and they're doing so much full range of motion, and they're feeling it everywhere else in their neck and everything, not actually in their core. So again, coaching them on how to do those things properly is what I suggest, because there's a lot of things people can do at home that doesn't require weights. It's just that men like me, I like to make things a little bit more challenging. So I would probably do push-ups with my legs up on a chair and my hands on the floor. Makes it harder. Or even sometimes put my legs on the wall and do wall push-ups, which again increases the level of intensity, because that's just a level of fitness that I am on.
So you're on the advanced level.
I am on the advanced level. I hope I'm on the advanced level, because I do some things. So if I work out with someone and they're doing stuff way harder than me, I think I get my feelings hurt. But yes, I'd like to think I'm on the advanced level. Yeah. But again, my job is to help people understand what they're capable of and then work around that.
Okay. Well, thank you so very much.
You are welcome.
For coming sit down with me and open up this door on fitness and not making it so scary in a sense of some people.
I try my best to simplify it as much as possible, because again, the more you make it easy, the more they're inclined to do it. So yeah.
Most definitely. So guys, hold on. We are not done with Bio Boot Camp. We're gonna be right back.
Welcome to River and Word. Our founder is Pam Jones, and she has so much to offer to independents. River and Word magazine helps promote, support, and connect you to radio, TV, and marketers to help you be successful in the arts. River and Word recently launched the River Word Gospel Radio Station. It's a place to gain more exposure for your music or talk shows. River Health offers all natural products that may help you lose weight, gain energy, reverse the signs of aging, improve eyesight, grow your hair, and almost 40 plus benefits. For more information, visit riverhealthnewulife.com. Pam Jones also has 4 River Consulting for independents, where she will guide, advise, and connect you to the resources to develop your brand. Pam Jones founded the River Awards to recognize and award the independent artists in music, dance, writing, and painting. She felt a call from God to give honor to his people. For more information, visit us at riverandword.com.
And we are back, guys, and I have the one and only phenomenal Reggie Russ sitting down with me finally.
Finally. It's been, what, 3 years in the making?
Now you adding on to stuff. Has it been?
It's been about 3 years.
Because we did lunch, me and your wife, and we did lunch, and has it been 3 years?
Maybe 2.
Don't put
Close.
it like...
I don't keep track of time anymore. It's just...
It's just passing.
Yeah.
It really is passing.
I'm older.
We're younger, and that's what they keep telling me. I don't know. But you are a retired NFL player. You work a lot with your nonprofit, training kids. Stay Recruited is your nonprofit. I love that because you've lived the sport. you know what it takes to be in that sport, and you take time out to train young men to get the knowledge to be in that sport. And I've met you before, so I can say you're not only training them for the sport, but you're also training them mentally. And I might be wrong, but I also believe that you training them the business end of it too, because I think, and I've always said, when you're in that arena, you need to know everything. You need to know everything. You don't put your business in somebody else's hands, especially when you're in that arena. So I love it. I love it. How many years did you play?
I played in the NFL for 5 seasons with 3 different teams. It goes really quick. You know, it was a blur. I think you enjoy it more after, because when you're playing, I didn't enjoy it because I was so engaged in trying to make a team or, you know, perform well. So, you know, I think after you retire, you get that time and you're like, wow, you know, I actually made it. All those goals and all that hard work actually pays off. And, you know, and I don't think I was the guy that was supposed to make it. You know how it's not typical. I had 0 scholarships in my senior year. And I was a phenomenal athlete. I lettered in 3 sports. I was one of the best at each one of them. But if you don't get the help, you know, the things that you need to make it to that next level, some people slip through the cracks. And I would have been one of those guys if a coach wouldn't have helped me. So I contribute that to how my journey has been.
And see, that's my next question to you. What inspired you to start working with young men? Is that part of it because somebody helped you?
Definitely part of it, but grew up in a single parent household, so not having that father figure there, coaches became the father figure. So when you look back at your life and you're like, wow, like if I didn't have those people that were in my life inspiring me, pushing me to that next level, where would I have been?
Yeah.
So, you know, I took it up on myself to say, I'm gonna be that person that's helping other kids. Sports is just the vehicle. So that's not my main focus and main goal of working with student athletes, but those coaches early on in my life, those are the ones that really forged the person that I become.
Okay. Tell us about your nonprofit, Stay Recruited.
So when I first got into retire from the NFL, you know, you have to try to figure out what's that next thing that you're going to do. What's the next passion? And honestly, I didn't know that. I knew I didn't want to work for anyone, so I started a business soon after, and I realized it wasn't a passion. So I got into the sports training business because that's an easy transition for someone that had played the sport. And being in it for 10 years, I started seeing a lot of the kids that I was working with have the same deficiencies that I had when I was younger. So Stay Recruited was born because I wanted to show them about business. I had been in business for about 10 years at that point. So I wanted to show them that. I wanted to show them that your character, because I've always believed that character will open doors that, you know, your athleticism won't. So that was another thing that I really wanted to express and have the kids see that having great character is going to be something that they need in their lives. And the other thing was just really spotlighting that sports is a vehicle, it's a business, and if you don't understand that relationship early on, you won't make it. You know, so I think that's what birthed Stay Recruited. We do all types of programming, mentoring. You know, me having those coaches helped me become the mentor to those kids that come through the program.
I love that, because you have to know each and every moving part. Because if you don't, you're going to be caught with your pants down.
You will, because I remember, you know, being in college, and then I didn't really know. Back then it was just, for me, it was the love of the game. I'm going to compete. So I was, you know, a competitor. I hated to not be the best at anything. So when I made it to the NFL, Now you have to understand taxes. Now you have to understand you're getting a paycheck. You're coming from making no money to making money. What do I do with it? You know, so I think if kids don't understand at an early age all of these things, they won't be successful. That's why you see so many people go broke after they win money. It's not just athletes, it's regular people. You win the lottery. If you don't have a good foundation of financial literacy, hey, you're not going to be successful at it. So we try to give them the blueprint or the roadmap early on. So we do financial literacy classes, business development. So they have a very good understanding and foundation. So if you one day you make it to the NFL, hey, that's just the cherry on top of it. But the most important thing, they understand business. They understand how to start a business. They understand how to run a business. And they understand financial literacy. And I think everyone can definitely use that.
Okay, so you've given me, for your last question, you've given me what they need to know so far as the business side of it. But so far as playing football and staying healthy while playing, what should young men know?
I mean,
what do they
playing
need to
football, health is that's a
it's
hard one.
Rough.
But I think in order for not just football players, but anyone in life, well, you know, you've talked to some people before me, and we talked about mindset. If you don't have the right mindset, you won't be successful in life, much less football or sports or anything, because there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be so much adversity. I have been through so much adversity, but my mindset is like, I'm not stopping. I don't care what happens. I don't care what's in front of me. I know who I am. I know how much work I'm willing to put in. My mindset is always that, to achieve the most that I can achieve. And when I go into schools and I speak, and this is a contributor to mindset, you know, I always tell a story about the lion and the elephant. Now, when you think about the elephant, he's bigger, he's stronger, he's smarter. And you think about the lion, he may not be the biggest, the fastest, or the smartest, but his mindset is, I'm the toughest, and nobody's going to mess with me. The elephant sees the lion, and he's afraid. The lion's mindset is like, that's a meal today. So if you don't go and live life like the lion, you're going to be the elephant. All of that, the things that you have that makes you great, you don't even understand it because you're so fearful. So those are some of the things that I try to make sure that I express with my kids. Like, your mindset has got to be, every day I'm going to put in some type of work to achieve the goals that I've set. If you don't do that, you're not going to be successful. And that's sports, life, whatever. You know, I make sure every day I'm doing something toward the goals that I write down. I still to this day do it. It's a lifestyle, just like working out.
Okay. That's some good, and I never thought the lion and the elephant. You made me think. I'm a lion. That's my zodiac.
I'm a lion. Like, I mean, but you have to go through life thinking that you might not be the biggest. I never was the biggest. I never was the fastest. But my mindset on the field when I crossed those lines was on a whole nother level. I would get, I would take guys like, David. He's a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
So I would take guys like that. When I see them lifting in the weight room, my mind hack was like, when you get on the field, I'm going to dog him out. Like, I am going to make that kid look terrible. Because that was the thing that really made me who I was on the field. You know what I mean? You have to find some type of encouragement to get out there and perform at a high level. What is that for you? You know what I mean? You got to figure those things out. And that was one of the things, my hacks. I would see guys that were lifting maybe more than me, or a guy that was faster than me. How do I beat this guy? You know what I mean? How do I make myself better? And I find the guys that were the best or whatever, and I'm going to compete against those guys.
And you didn't let that fear, you didn't let your fear stop you. If you had fear, you didn't even let that overpower you at all.
I think everybody has a level of fear. I talk myself out of stuff all the time, but guess what? I talk myself back into it because I know what who I am and I know what I'm capable of. So I always, I tend to talk myself out of something, but I bounce right back. So you got to have that level of fearlessness.
You right on that. Thank you. The lion and the elephant. All right, guys. We've heard you have to have the mindset of a lion to conquer everything. So thank you for that. So we'll be right back, and I am back with my final guest from Bio Boot Camp. I cannot wait to talk to her because she's going to give us pointers on how to stay active with roller skating. So we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Willie Adolph of the Adolph Group at Equity House Properties. I'm here today to talk to you about home purchasing. You know, so a lot of times people want to know, where do we start? When do we start? How much do we need to save? What does our credit score need to be like? Can I really move in now? And the answer is yes. The thing is that you want to get pre-approved first before you even go house shopping, because what you wouldn't want to happen is that you find the perfect home, but the bank won't qualify you for your mortgage. So always get pre-approved first. So find a good lender, which we are having a lot of resources for you on that. Second, you want to make sure that anything that's on your credit, if it's something that you can work with, let's work with it, because everything on your credit, you know, it depends on what it is for each mortgage company. And third, once you get that pre-approval, now it's time to go house shopping. Now, Willie, what about the money, the down payment and things like that? Well, they have a lot of programs that's out there. So based on your credit will depend on the down payment assistance that you can receive. But we do have a lot of resources and a lot of things that can help you. And everyone with the Adolph Group will hold you by your hand and walk you through the whole process. So you can contact us at www.theadolphgroup.com or 281-451-7087. And remember, when you have will, you have a way.
And we are here with my final guest from Bio Boot Camp, and I have Miss Amira Palmer.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you for being here today. I'm going to steal your necklace before we leave. I'm an honest thief. I just tell you I'm going to take it.
You need the earrings too?
Thank you. No, I don't need the earrings. I'm just taking the necklace. Thank you for being here with me today. First of all, you are an Army veteran, so thank you for your service.
It's my pleasure.
For you, most definitely. No one should take that lightly, especially what we have going on now in Afghanistan. So thank you so very much for your service. You are author. You are the CEO of Skate. I'm gonna say Skate 8RZ Connect, but tell me what is Skaters. Okay. Roller skating. You're about teaching people how to be active.
Well, it doesn't really. Most people already know how to roller skate. We all usually roller skate as young kids, so people kind of know.
But that's keeping them active, though.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely
it's
roller skating.
Keeping them active. Tell us about Skaters.
Skaters Connect.
Okay, tell us about Skaters Connect.
It's a multimedia platform where we highlight the artistry of roller skating, as well as we talk about journeys of roller skaters and the legendary in the skate world.
How long has roller skating been around?
Since 1854.
Really?
Yes.
Because I would have thought maybe the 60s or the...
No.
Or the 70s. But you said
back in the 1800s.
1800s.
Yes.
Oh, you going to make me look that up. 1800?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to look that up. Because I would have never thought that. At all. What inspired you to write the elevation of skating and then join Bio Boot Camp?
The evolution of skating?
Yeah.
It was born from a necessity. I refused to let TikTok people tell our story. So I was sitting and I'm thinking, oh, it's COVID and all these people, you know, they're skating to Coke commercials and cranberry juice, and so I was like, that's not our culture. That's not our story. So I reached out to my mentor and told him about, you know, my desire and said, hey, what do you think about this? And he was like, that's so dope. You got to do it. So I'm on the journey.
I love these, and I'm not a roller skater, but...
You could be. Come on back.
No. After I broke my arm, no. And I'm older now? Oh, definitely.
We have older skaters. The oldest skater I have right now is 95.
What?
Yes. Yes.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Wow.
Yes. Mr. Gene Elliott in the Midwest. He's 95. Still roller skates, still teaches.
Oh, okay. Give our viewers some tips on how to stay active while roller skating, because he's 95 years old.
95. Yeah, we have people 85.
Does he's skating fast?
Not so much.
I had to ask.
Not
on
so
the
much.
carpet or on the? Do they
on the floor?
Because I did the carpet.
On the floor, yes.
I am amazed by that. That's still not gonna make me put on roller skates, but
I thought it might inspire.
No. I will give him all the props because 95 years old, and I know that that's a very good thing.
Yes,
because that keeps his mind active,
mind and body.
Yeah.
Roller skating is very, very healthy. The American Heart Association deemed roller skating as one of the best cardiovascular activities you can do. You can burn over 600 calories per hour roller skating. Yeah.
I'm stuck on, I'm for real. I am stuck on 95. I'm trying to move past, but I'm stuck on that. Where does he live?
In the Midwest.
Oh, we need to get him on. I need to talk to this gentleman.
Yes, he'll be in our next book. Yeah.
I can't get past 95 for real.
Yeah.
And I'll be crying about getting out of my bed.
Most of us.
Oh my God. And I know that keeps his mind active. What are some other tips you might have to stay active while roller skating?
Roller skating is everything. You have to use every muscle in your body when you roller skate. You have to use your mind. You use every muscle. So it is an activity within itself that keeps you moving. You can't be a lazy roller skater. They don't go hand in hand. Can't happen. So roller skating is everything when it comes to movement and muscular movement, health, mind. You hear the music and your body just goes with the music.
Yeah.
And it all goes into one. You just get into the zone and you just forget about everything else. You forget about what you did at work. You forget about your bad kids. You forget about everything, and you're just in a zone.
How long have you been roller skating?
I started roller skating as a child, but as life has it, and I went in the military, I stopped, and I just came back about 5 years ago.
Do you do it on a weekly basis, or?
We used to go weekly. I just had surgery on my feet during COVID, so I've been off of skates for this year. But yeah, weekly, 2 or 3 times a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What are some words of encouragement you can give people that don't know where to start when it comes to getting active again? Like if they've stopped and they're at a dead standstill, how do you get yourself and get your mind back rolling to get active again?
You just have to start. I mean, even if it's just sitting in your chair doing something, start there, and then start walking, and then start doing a little bit more. But you have to start. You can't get anywhere else if you don't start. So that's the encouragement you need, is just do something.
Just start.
Just start.
Just do something.
Very easy.
Give us your information. And I love this. I'm still on 95.
But yeah, it's not just 90. We have 80-year-olds. We have 70-year-olds. They're out there rolling. Miss Edna's in New York. She's 85. She's still rolling. Yeah, we have Miss Mabel in Detroit. She's still rolling. Ice, my mentor, he's doing tricks. And they're not just roller skating. These people are doing tricks. It's an art form. Yeah.
And how old is he doing tricks?
60.
I'm amazed.
Yeah.
But I know that it's good for the body and the mind.
Yeah.
I
Definitely.
Most definitely. Tell us if anyone is interested in your books or anything like that. Tell us about that. And then you're also a part of Bio Boot Camp. So I know we're going to see more and more of you.
Definitely. If you're interested in getting the book, you can go to Skaters Connect, which is SK8RZ KONNECT.com. And all the books are there. You can go to Amazon. You can go to any platform. We're everywhere. Books A Million, Barnes and Nobles. Just
and then our bio boot camp.
Yes.
How can we get hold of bio boot camp and connect with any of you all? She said
bio dash
boot camp.
Don't forget the dash, people.
.com.
Yes.
Alrighty. So thank you for being here. I want to thank all my guests that was here with me today. Mr. Nolan Davis, like I said in the beginning, when he comes, he will bring some phenomenal guests with him. So we started to peel back the mask on health and fitness and wellness, mind, body, and soul. You will definitely see some more of the Bio Bootcamp family with me throughout the rest of the year. If you need any information on any of these guests, you can contact the Our Life TV show at gmail.com. Always like, follow, share Our Life. You can catch us every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on the OnPoint Network, Amazon Fire, Roku, Apple TV, AT&T Now. Until next time, guys, always empower, always encourage, pull up to the table without fear but with confidence, and continue to remove your mask.